Hello classmates! I am Fatima F. Detablan, but you can call me Mahal. Some basic facts about me are the following. In the next 2 years, I see myself as a professional teacher. I dream to become a facilitator of learning. That is why I really give my best when it comes to my studies. So, stay in touch with me. Today, the topic that I will be discussing is all about essay as an assessment for learning. For today's topic, we are expected to learn about essay. Desired learning outcomes. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to explain what is an essay, will be able to distinguish and recognize the two types of essay, will be able to create an essay, and understand the rule of thumb of essay writing. Previous reporters presents an objective type of test. But for me, since I do things differently, I will go subjective. Subjective type of test will definitely expand our cognitive horizons as well as it upgrades on how we perceive things. Essay. So what is essay? Essays, classified as non-objective tests, allow for the assessment of higher order thinking skills. Such tests require students to organize their thoughts on a subject matter in coherent sentences to inform an audience. In essay tests, students are required to write one or more paragraphs on a specific topic. An essay is a short formal piece of writing dealing with a single subject. It is typically written to try to persuade the reader using selective research evidence. In general, an academic essay has 3 parts. First, an introduction that gives the reader an idea of what they are about to learn and presents an argument in the form of a thesis statement. Second, a body, or middle section, that provides evidence used to prove and persuade the reader to accept the writer's particular point of view. Lastly, a conclusion that summarizes the content and findings of the essay. Essay is indeed a very creative way of expressing opinion. It reinforces and strengthens our thinking skills. Moreover, essay measures certain parameters and it includes even Bloom's taxonomy. Essay questions can be used to measure attainment of a variety of objectives. First here is comparing. When we say comparing, we describe the similarities and differences. So basically, in comparing, we tend to compare between or among things. Second is relating cause and effect, meaning it is all about the root cause and possible outcome. Third is justifying. Justifying is all about defending a proposition by upholding reasonable legal reasons. Next is summarizing. When we say summarizing, we create a synopsis wherein a whole write-ups will be reduced into a shorter version. Then, generalizing. Generalizing creates a structured idea based on the principles that are being established. Next is inferring. When we say inferring, we create conclusions to point out facts or premise. Classifying. So when we say classifying, we create a segmentation or a category or a classification. Next is applying. Applying is more on application that will guide us to describe how would we solve the following problems. After applying, we evaluate or evaluating. It focuses more on the assessment of the effectiveness. Lastly, creating. It focuses more on the formulation of things. After we knew all the parameters being laid for essay, next, we will going to proceed to the types of essay. What are these types of essay that we can actually formulate? The two types of essay are restricted essay and non-restricted essay. First is restricted essay. Restricted essay is most likely the limited form of essay between the two because this type of essay is very specific and very limited. Like for example, please write a 5-sentence essay about the effects of COVID-19 to solid waste management. Having it done in 5 sentences, meaning it has a set limitation. Next is non-restricted essay. Non-restricted essay are the type of essays that has a freedom. This way, the thoughts being constructed is way more organized. Next is, what are the rules to be watched out for by the future teachers and why it is very important?
Rules of thumb. First, phrase the direction in such a way that students are guided on the key concept to be included. Specify how the students should respond. Second, inform the students of the article of the criteria to be used for grading their essays. This rule allows the students to focus on relevant and substantive materials rather than on peripheral and unnecessary facts and bits of information. Third, put a time limit on the essay test. Fourth, decide on your essay grading system prior to getting the essays of your students. Fifth, evaluate all the students' answer to one question before proceeding to the next question. Sixth, evaluate answer to essay question without knowing the identity of the writer. Seventh, whenever possible, have 2 or more persons grade each answer. 8. Do not provide optional questions. 9. Provide information about the value or weight of the question and how it will be scored. Lastly, emphasize higher level thinking skills. That's all for my report. Thank you for listening.